Some of the neutral salts are sodium chloride, sodium sulfate, potassium chloride. All these salts are showing a pH equal to 7. So these are prepared from a strong base and a strong acid, or a weak base or a weak acid. So how sodium chloride are obtained? It is prepared from a base and a salt. Base and an acid. സോഡിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡും ഹൈഡ്രോക്ലോറിക് ആസിഡും കൂടെ ചേരുമ്പോഴാണ് സോഡിയം ക്ലോറൈഡ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ സോഡിയം സൾഫേറ്റിൽ sodium hydroxide as a base and sulfuric acid as a acid. When it is combined together, it forms a sodium sulfate. Then what about potassium chloride? Potassium hydroxide as a base and hydrochloric acid as a acid. So both are strong and it is producing neutral salt when it is neutralizes each other. Okay, acidic salts, I told you it is lower than 7. The pH shows lower than 7. Which are the salts are acidic in nature? Ammonium sulfate and ammonium chloride. Look, ammonium chloride, it is prepared from ammonia hydroxide base and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, we know that it is strong acid. Ammonia hydroxide is a weak base. So when a strong acid reacts with a weak base, it produces acidic salt. Here also ammonium hydroxide, it is a base. It is reacted with the sulfuric acid, which is a strong acid. When it is treated together, it forms acidic salt. How basic salts are formed? Some examples are sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate. How sodium carbonate are formed? Sodium hydroxide, it is a strong base when react with carbonic acid, which is a weak acid. Here, which character is more? That is basic character is more, since it is strong base. So it shows or it produces a basic salt. Another example is sodium acetate. It is prepared from sodium hydroxide, a strong base, and acetic acid, a weak acid. So when it is react together, it forms sodium acetate. Okay, so some of the salts are given in your textbook. Study that. One more question it is asked. Identify the acid and base from this salt. Suppose the salt is sodium chloride. Identify from which acid and base it is obtained. So the first section, sodium, means it is a positively charged ion. It comes from a base. So usually it will be sodium hydroxide. Chloride means it is a negatively charged ion which comes from an acid. It will be hydrochloric acid. ഇത് രണ്ടും കൂടെ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ വാട്ടർ പോവും. അപ്പം നമുക്കറിയാം ഒന്ന് ആസിഡും ഒന്ന് ബേസുമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ സോഡിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡും ഇത് ഹൈഡ്രോക്ലോറിക് ആസിഡും. ഹിയർ sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Here potassium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. In the ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Here ammonium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Here sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide and carbonic acid. Sodium hydroxide and acetic acid. Clear? Okay. Next section is the last one, family of salts. What is family of salts? So the salts having common acidic or basic radicals are said to belong to the same family. That means salts having the same positive ions are said to belong to a family of salt. ഒരു സോൾട്ടിനകത്ത് സെയിം പോസിറ്റീവ് അയോൺ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സെയിം നെഗറ്റീവ് അയോൺ ആണെങ്കിൽ അവരെ നമ്മളൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഫാമിലി എന്ന് പറയും. ഓക്കെ, സോ വാട്ട് ഈസ് എ ഫാമിലി ഓഫ് സോൾട്ട് മീൻസ് the salts having same positive ions or same negative ion. Same positive ion, we can Instead of radical, you can say as same positive ion or same negative ions are said to belong to a family of salts. Let us look some example. Then you will understand. Here I have written some salts here. Sodium chloride, sodium carbonate, sodium sulfate. What you got from this, or what is a common factor in these three salts? Can you mention? All are sodium. Okay, all are sodium. That means it is sodium salt. We call them as sodium salt because the positive ion of these elements are same. These compounds are same. It is prepared from the same compound, that is it's sodium hydroxide. Okay, it is sodium hydroxide, it is sodium hydroxide. So these negative ions are different but positive ions are same. So we can call this is a family of salts. Which family? Sodium salts. These are sodium salts. Okay, another example. These are a group of compounds, salts. Sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, zinc carbonate. What you have observed here? The negative ions are same. Okay, negative ions are same and positive ions are different. Carbonate, carbonate, carbonate. That means negative ions are same. So we can call these are grouped in a one family. Which family? Carbonate family. This is a sodium family. This is a carbonate family, or we can call them as carbonate salts. Here sodium salts. So this is called family of salts. What is family of salt? The salts having same positive ions or same negative ions. This is known as family of salts. In these examples, all the positive ions are same. It is sodium. So we can call this group as salts of sodium or sodium salts. Here the negative ions are same, all are carbonate. So we can call this is a carbonate family or salts of carbonate. So these two are two different family, sodium family and carbonate family. Okay, hope you understood this section. We have studied about salts, the pH of the salts, and how it is acidic, basic in nature, and the last one, family of salts. Okay, thank you.